In this video, we are going to learn how to enter data and formulas into our worksheet. Entering data in a cell is very simple. We just click the cell and type the data into it. Let's see how. Let's click on cell B1. When you click it, this thick black bordered box highlights this cell. This means that this cell is now active. If I want to activate C1, I will click on C1 cell. I can also use keyboard arrow keys to move around this active cell. If I press down key, active cell now becomes C2. If I press right key, D2 becomes the active cell. And what is the meaning of being active? If a cell is active, whatever you will type on your keyboard will be entered in that active cell only. So I want to write columns in cell B2. I click on cell B2 or use the arrow keys to navigate to cell B2 and then start typing columns. Then I press the right key on the keyboard. I am on cell C2 now. Now let's write 16,384, which is the total number of columns in a worksheet. Similarly, let's enter rows in B3 cell. The number of rows is 1,048,576. If you remember, in the last video, I asked if you know the number of rows and number of columns, can you find out the number of cells in this sheet? Let us find out the number of cells by writing cells in this cell and writing the formula for calculating cells. The formula will be simply the product of numbers in cell C2 and cell C3. That is, if we multiply the number of columns with number of rows, we get the number of cells. To enter a formula, we start with equal to symbol. Then we click on the cell which contains the first value. Then we put the multiplication symbol, which is a star, and then we select the second cell. When I click enter, this is the number that I get. This is the number of cells in a worksheet. All these mathematical symbols, such as the multiplication symbol that we used here and other mathematical formulas, will be discussed in depth in the coming videos. Here I have just used the multiplication symbol as an example for you. Now you can see that this cell has the value of the number of cells, but you can also see the formula that you entered in this bar. This bar is called the formula bar. The formula bar shows the content of the active cell. Active cell can have both data or a formula in it. If it has data, the data will be shown in the formula bar. If it has a formula, the answer of the formula will be shown in the cell. However, the actual formula will be shown in the formula bar. On the left of this formula bar is the name box. Name box tells us the name of the active cell. So right now our active cell is C4 and that is the name we are shown in the name box. You can see the name is C4. C stands for the column name and 4 stands for the row name. So now you have created this worksheet which has some data into it. You would like to save this worksheet so that whenever you open it again, you access this same data. To save a worksheet, we use the file button. In this, you will see options such as new, open, save as, etc. Since we are saving this file for the first time, we will click on Save As and we will select the location where we want to save this file. I am saving this file on my desktop. I am naming the file as Excel Basics. You can see that the type is selected as Excel Workbook, which has a default extension of .xlsx. Every Excel file that you save by default will have a file extension of .xlsx. If you want to change the location of where you are saving this file, you can navigate the location using these navigation folders, or you can enter the location on this top bar also. Now we will click Save. You can see that the name of my workbook is changed to excelbasic.xlsx. If I minimize this file and go to my desktop, you can see that I have this file named excelbasic.xlsx, and whenever I double click on this file, the same file will open up. Once a file is saved in its location, whenever you make any changes to it, you can just press this Save button, or you can go to File option and click on Save. Now let's close this file once and open it again using this saved file icon. You can see that your file was successfully saved. You can open it anytime and work on it again whenever you feel like.